welcome to this video. This video is the wrap up for both January and February. Usually I do month by month, but because I haven't had a chance yet in the new year, today we're going to do January and February, and then we'll go monthly after that next month with March and so on. If you see me glancing down, I just have my reading journal here with all my reviews and stuff in there. So if I look down at some point, that is what I'm referring to for stars and things like that. I will also pop them on the screen somewhere so you can see as well. If I don't have a physical book, I'll put a picture up of the book as well. So yeah, January and February were pretty good reading months. Quite a lot of 5 stars actually, and then quite a lot of average, like sitting around the 3-star mark, books as well. But there were a good couple of months. And here today, or tonight, to share all my reviews with you. I try not to spoil anything if I can help it. And hopefully help you guys out with decision making as to what to leap into for your own reads. Yeah, if you see anything here in this video, feel free to comment below what star rating you gave things, or reviews, like a brief statement about if you read it or not and what you thought of it, like it was good, bad, whatever. Because we're all here to chat and share, aren't we? So yeah, I started off January with this first book here by Paulo Coelho, I think that's how you say his name. It's called A Warrior of Light. This is the same author as The Alchemist, and I got this in a sale at the end of last year. But when I was doing a book sort out of my shelves and everything, I realized how it was like a little bit icky mold wise and stuff, so I wanted to read it straight away so I didn't have to put it on my shelf and spread that. But I was also keen to read another book by the author. Yeah, so The Alchemist is really good, by the way, but this one in particular, Warrior of Light, it was very interesting. I gave it 3 stars. It was nice to read another book by the author. It's only like brief verses, so yeah, whereas his other book, The Alchemist, is like a parable. So if you're into that kind of thing, then give it a go. But yeah, I just wanted to check it all out since the book club movie last year that they put out. They had The Alchemist in that, and I was just curious. So yeah, it was nice to find at like a dollar book sale, and that's why I read it. I probably wouldn't say, I wouldn't recommend this one, but I would recommend The Alchemist more likely. But yeah, that was my first read of the year. Then my second read is by a Melbourne author, Katie Montanaro. The Girl in the Sunflower Dress. Isn't that cover gorgeous? Katie is a Australian Melbourne based author, which is really amazing. I read last year one of her Christmas books, and this was my second read by the author. And I was gifted this by a lovely friend who got her to sign it for me, which is extra special. This month we're actually doing a book club read of her next book, so that's exciting. But let's get to this one here. I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely love her writing and her stories. And yeah, it's just a really, really wonderful read if you come across it. Yeah, it's nice and short, really easy to read. Yeah, definitely recommend this author. She's one of my favorite authors. I'm doing a couple of challenges this year. One is the A to Z challenge, and I'm also doing a Taylor Swift song challenge as well. So after I do my little reviews, I'll have like what I put things under as well. Yeah, and if you watched my TBR monthly videos, I have those prompts for A to Z and Taylor Swift in my prompt jar amongst the other ones. Yeah, so that when I pull them out, I'm covering that topic. But anyway, back to this one. It's A to Z and the letter G. I sort of just skipped the letter and put G for girl. And this one, Warrior of Light, is also A to Z as well for W. But yeah, I do recommend this author. She's Australian based, so if you like Australian authors, she's a really good one to read. And yeah, I definitely recommend this author. What else did I read in January? Oh yes, books. The first of the series, I think it's the Never After series, by Emily McIntyre, I think is how you say it. And yes, it says the Never After novel on the front. I have the whole series of this. I was kind of scared to jump into it, to be honest, because I heard it was very, very spicy and very, very dark. And a lot of people who read it with me sort of, you know, made me aware of that as well. But I wanted to give it a go because I love fairy tale retellings. And as long as the storyline is awesome, as you would have gathered from my reviews last year, as long as the storyline is awesome and there's, you know, that bit of spice in it, I'm fine because the storyline is awesome. But if a storyline is inappropriate or non-existent, then that's when I'm just like, no. But this, yeah, it was really, really good. I gave it 5 stars. Obviously it's a Peter Pan retelling because the book. And then, yeah, it's a very hyped up series, but it is really, really good. And I'll definitely continue the series, which is on the shelf behind me somewhere. Challenge wise, it was the A to Z challenge, and it also was the first book for the Taylor Swift challenge. The song Look What You Made Me Do. So yeah, I do recommend Hooked. Obviously I haven't read the rest of the series. It is dark, it is spicy, so just be aware of that. But if I can handle it, I'm sure a lot of other people can. The next book I will put a picture up of on the screen because I actually did it with Audible. I gave this book 4 stars. It's called The Boyfriend Candidate. This was also another book club read. I'm part of 2 book clubs. A Lego one and an online Planner Friends one. So you'll hear me talk about them quite a lot in book related videos. So this story, it started off really, really slow for me. It wasn't until about halfway or a bit beyond halfway that the story actually got moving and grabbed me a little bit. So that's why it was only 4 stars. But it kept sort of like building from there and got better and better and better. Would have been nice if it did that all the way through, but instead of halfway through, but yeah, that's why I ended up with 4 stars. The first half I was sort of sitting on 3 stars. Yeah, so in the end I enjoyed it and I gave it 4 stars. It didn't meet a particular challenge apart from obviously reading it for book club. So that was January. Then we leap into February. February we start off with the next book that I was up to in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. You all know this author probably, and you all probably know the Throne of Glass series. I'm currently working through the series. Last year I read Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass and absolutely loved both of those books. Gave them 5 stars. If I could give more than 5 stars for the series, I would. This one, Crown of Midnight, I also gave 5 stars. This book was really good in the series as well. So if I could give it more than 5 stars like the other ones, I would. As you can tell, I am loving Throne of Glass series. It's just like really awesome. This is the first series and first lot of books that I've read by Sarah J. Maas, by the way. This one meets the Aided Challenge of C, gives it a crown. And yeah, this one was exciting. It was action-packed. I loved it, and I'm looking forward to reading the next one, which is Heir of Fire, which I'm actually currently reading and loving, but you'll hear more about that one obviously in my March wrap up. So yeah, really good series so far. I am adoring it, and I do recommend that series. After Throne of Glass, I'll venture into ACOTAR and their other series, but yeah, loving things so far. The next book, I will put a picture up somewhere, is actually my first ARC Advanced Reader copy of NetGully for the year, so thank you so much to NetGully, the publisher and the author of this book as well. The author of the book is Sarah Adams, and this book is coming out very soon, so keep your eye out. It's called The Rule Book. It's a yeah, you'll see the picture. So yeah, a big thank you to letting me read the ARC by the author and the publisher and NetGully and all that. And I loved this story. I love Sarah Adams as an author. She's one of my favorite authors too. I loved it from start to middle to end. I loved both the characters, which is awesome, and I loved the storyline. I also loved the fact that the male character had like a bit of a learning disability that was acknowledged in his character trait, which was dyslexia. And it's always nice when characters have something realistic like that to some people to, you know, bring it through the story and, you know, have that in books, and to acknowledge that, you know, in real life other people have that sort of thing as well. So yeah, it was really thoughtful and nice of her to do that. So yeah, the author is very creative. She always engages me when I'm reading. Very entertaining, and I definitely recommend the book very much so keep your eye out. I gave it 5 stars, of course, and it didn't meet any of my challenges. We have 3 more to go through. I'm just gonna pop my leg out, so excuse me as I reset. Yeah, so we have 3 more to go. The next book is Ruthless Vows. This is the second book to Divine Rivals. Divine Rivals I read at the end of last year and really enjoyed it. It was 5 stars for me. This one is also a 5-star. I absolutely adored the second book. Probably a little bit more than the first one. To me, the story was amazing. If you have read Ruthless Vows and you know me as a person, you will totally understand why. The only thing is I can't like say why without giving the storyline away, so I kind of have to keep a secret for now. But yeah, really loved it. Loved. Yeah, so if you're unsure whether to do that one, then yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't. This has a red cover, as you can see, and this was for Taylor Swift Challenge song Red cover. It was also the letter R for my A to Z challenge. So I'm covering my challenges very well the first couple of months. The next book I read only came out at the start of the year too. Never, but Jessa Hastings. This surprisingly is my first read by this author, and I absolutely loved this book. I could not put it down, and when I had to, I was just like thinking about it like all day or all night that I had to put it down. So it was super amazing to me. It was 5 stars. If I could give it more than 5 stars, I would. As I said, this is my first Jessa Hastings read. I have in the past had Magnolia Parks on my TBR, but it ended back on my shelf back here. So hopefully one day I'll get to the Magnolia Parks, because the author does write really well. Just looking at my summary, I definitely recommend this, either as a starting author reader or because you love fairy tale retellings. It's really good. Obviously it's Peter Pan again. As you can see, January and February had like a Peter Pan vibe. Totally. Quite interesting, hey? Yeah, definitely recommend. This was the letter N in the A to Z challenge, and this was also a Taylor Swift challenge as well, with the song Today was a fairy tale, because obviously it's a fairy tale retelling. And then we're on to the last one, so we're on like real highs there. The next one is Betting on You by Lynn Painter. Now this book, it was a bit of a disappointment. I started it at the start of the month before a lot of those other books, and I just was not into it. And then I took it away when I went on my mini break away, and I only briefly read it. I mainly did my Audible book, which was Ruthless Vows, actually, because I finished it that way. But yeah, I just could not get into this. I even considered DNFing the book, but I kept going with it because it was one of my book club reads. And yeah, it was challenging for me to get through, mainly because I couldn't connect to the girl character or the boy character, and I couldn't even connect with the storyline. It was a bit young for me, or it just didn't meet like the lifestyle or something. I have no idea what it was. Like, I was trying to pick up on why I couldn't like it a lot, because all the other Lynn Painter books I've given like 4 or 5 stars for and have loved and adored them. But yeah, this one I just couldn't connect with. But I did push through, and there was a few little things in the second half that were nice. So I did give it 3 stars in it, and yeah, a disappointing one to end the month on, but you know, that's how reading goes. Hopefully the next Lynn Painter book that I pick up, which is better than the movies, which I'm hoping to read in March, because it's on my March TBR. Hopefully that one is up there for me, and I love it. A to Z challenge, the letter B, and yeah, what can you do? Some books just aren't it, some are. Like the last ones I mentioned, previous ones I mentioned. So yeah, we've had a bit of averageness, and we've had a lot of high 5 stars as well, and it's been challenging too in that way, because I've been on like real highs, and then I've been on like meh zone as well, so it's been really challenging in that way as well. So yeah, that is all I read for January and February. Next month in April we'll do our March wrap up, and if you have read any of these books, and from my other pictures as well, let me know. And let me know, like, you know, if you love this or you didn't enough this or whatever. Yeah, and I hope that helps a little bit for your own reading. If I had to recommend some books and authors out of all this, I have briefly covered it, but Katie Montanaro, Melbourne author in Australia, definitely recommend her. I recommend this series, but I haven't read all of the series. Especially if you like dark, spicy stuff, and fairy tale retellings, of course. Throne of Glass. So far, so awesome. Ruthless Vows, definitely, and obviously Divine Rivals as well. And the other one I highly recommend, Never by Just Say These Things. So yeah, thank you for joining me, guys. I greatly appreciate your love and support. If you're new, make sure you subscribe for upcoming wrap-up videos and TBR videos. Hopefully soon I get to do a little library tour as well, because they're super fun. I love them. And anything else bookish related. I also do on my channel anything planner related, so plan with me videos, haul videos, anything to do with planning. Really, if you don't catch me on YouTube, follow me over on my Instagram, which will be in the description, or if you want to follow me on Goodreads, that is always in the description of all my book videos as well. But thanks again for joining me, guys. The other thing I do plan wise do is like the cash envelope system for savings challenges and stuff like that. Yes, so to stay tuned, make sure you subscribe and click the bell and all that stuff. And pop a comment below if you want to chat. I always like reading comments. And yeah, I better get some reading done, so I'm gonna head off now. Bye.